Good morning, fourth graders. Today we're going to be comparing decimals. I can compare and order decimals. You're going to start by writing some vocabulary words in your notebook. Our first word is compare, which means to decide which number is greater. When you're finished writing the definition, you can draw a picture to illustrate. The picture I chose was simply writing out decimal numbers with the comparing symbol, greater than or less than. The next word is decimal, a part of a whole written with a decimal point. To illustrate, I wrote out various decimal numbers. Next is tenths, which means 10 equal parts of a whole. It can be illustrated using our picture, written as a fraction, as a decimal number, or in word form. Finally, we have hundredths, 100 equal parts of a whole. Again, we have our illustration. We have it written as a decimal point, as a fraction, and as is in word form. Let's begin by watching a short clip on how to compare decimals.
Let's compare the number 0.7 to the number 0.09. And there's a bunch of ways to do this, but the way that I'm going to tackle it is I'm going to start looking at each of the digits, starting with the leftmost digit. And so we can start right over here in the ones place, and you always want to compare ones place to ones place. So for example, if we compare these two numbers, they both have 0 ones. So the ones place doesn't tell us much. So now let's go one place value to the right. Let's go to the tenths place. This number has 7 tenths, while this number has 0 tenths. That by itself tells us that this is the larger number. We put an inequality symbol right over here. We want to open it up to the larger number, or it points to the smaller number. So this says 0.7 is greater than 0.09. Now you might be tempted to say, oh wait, look, but if we went one more digit to the right, you have 9 hundredths here, and you have no hundredths over here. We could write a 0 over here, and you'd say, oh, well, look, you have no hundredths over here. But the 9 hundredths don't matter. Remember, even if you had 10 hundredths, that's the same thing as 1/10. So it doesn't matter that 9 is somehow greater than 7. What matters is it's in a place to the right. Even if you increased by another hundredth here, you'd only get to 1/10. This thing over here has 7 tenths. Let's do another one of these. Let's say we wanted to compare. 0.29, and I want to compare, let's say I want to compare that to 0.31. Now this one you might say is a little bit more straightforward, depending on how you think about it. If you say, hey, this is 29 hundredths, this is 31 hundredths, well, I have more hundredths on the right hand side, so let me open my inequality to the larger value, and I would say 0.29, or 29 hundredths, is less than 31 hundredths. Another way you could have done this is you could have looked in the ones place, say, okay, they both have 0 ones, but then you look in the tenths place, say this only has 2 tenths, while this has 3 tenths. I actually don't have to keep looking at the digits to the right of that. I could just compare this 2 tenths to the 3 tenths. 3 tenths is larger, and so I would say that 29 hundredths is less than 31 hundredths. Let's do one more, just for fun. Let's compare 0.6 to, I'll do them the same color, 0.06. Which of these is the larger number? Well, we do the same thing that we've been doing. You can first go to the ones place. Say, okay, this has no ones, this has no ones. Okay, that doesn't tell us much. Then the tenths place. This has 6 tenths. This has 0 tenths. So this number is going to be larger. It has more tenths. It doesn't matter who has more hundredths. Hundredths are much smaller than tenths. They're tenth the size of a tenth. So this has 6 tenths, this has 0 tenths, so this number is larger. 0.6 is greater than 0.06. 0.06. It's actually 10 times greater, but we can talk about that in other videos.
Okay. So let's take what we've learned and begin to compare. The first thing we're going to do is write 43 hundredths in our chart. Here we can line our decimal points up, and we can see we have 4 tenths and 3 hundredths. Now let's write our 9 tenths. We have 9 tenths, 0 hundredths. I added the 0 so that we can see our numbers lined up correctly. Let's take a step further and use another form of visualization. So here I have 43 hundredths. On the left, we can see we have 4 tenths and 3 hundredths. Let's make our number on the right be 9 tenths and 0 hundredths. Which of our two takes up more space? You can see our tenths have greater value, our hundredths have less, and if we had thousands, that value would be even less. As we move to the right in our number, the smaller that value, that place value holds. So using this visualization, along with our visualization here, you can see that 9 tenths is greater than 43 hundredths. Let's now see how we can also use fractions to help us determine which is greater when we look at decimals.
Now that we know the basics of how decimal numbers work, let's see how we can write some special fractions using decimal numbers. I'm going to call these fractions base 10 fractions because their bottom numbers are all powers of 10, like 10, 100, or 1,000. Let's start with this fraction, 1 over 10. Well, you should recognize that it's one of our building blocks, and this should be easy to write down as a decimal number because we have a number place just for counting tenths. So all we have to do is put a 1 in the tenths place, like this, 0.1. Now when you write decimal numbers, it's important that you always include the ones place. But since we don't have any ones, we just put a 0 in that spot. The 0 makes the decimal point easier to see. Alright, so that's 1/10. But what if we have 2 over 10 instead? Well, all we have to do is change the digit in the tenths place to a 2. So 2 over 10 equals 0.2. In fact, we can keep counting tenths like this. 3 tenths, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 10 tenths. But look what happened when we got to 10 tenths. Now we don't have a digit for 10, so we had to use the next number place over, the ones place. But that makes sense because if you have the fraction 10 over 10, that makes a whole, and the value is just 1. Of course, we don't really need the 0 in the tenths place to write 1, but as long as the decimal point's there, at least we won't confuse it with 10. Alright, tenths are pretty easy, but what about hundredths? Let's start with the hundredths building block, 1 over 100. To write that as a decimal, we simply put a 1 in the hundredths place. We also need to put a 0 in the tenths place to act as a placeholder and show that we have no tenths. And we still need to put a 0 in the ones place as usual. Next, let's try 2 hundredths. For that, we simply put a 2 in the hundredths place. Let's keep on counting with hundredths just like we did for tenths. 3 hundredths, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 hundredths. But look what happened when we got to 10 hundredths. Just like before, we have to use the next number place to the left, the tenths place.
Okay, so let's turn 17 hundredths and 65 hundredths into fractions. Oops. So we have 17 over 100 because it would be in our hundredth spot, and 65 hundredths. Looking at our fractions and our decimal points, which would be greater? Yes, we could read this as 17 hundredths is less than 65 hundredths. Pause the video and work through these next two decimal problems on your own or with your teacher. If you have time, come back and we will be able to play a game. All right, let's play comparing decimals. Your teacher will send you the link, or you can play as a class. Here's how we play.
Raceway number values. Greater than, less than, equal.
Go.
Select a game and level and press next.
You're going to be playing the game Decimals. Then you hit the green button.
Compare the values in the orange boxes. Place the sign on the question mark that makes the statement true.
So, looking
Get 5 in a row correct to play the bonus game.
Looking at our ones place, we have 0 in our ones. Next, we look at our tens place. We have 7/10 or 2/10. 7 is greater than 2. We can say 7/10 is greater than 27/100. You can go and continue to play the game. Have a wonderful afternoon.